You wake up, check your phone, and before you even get out of bed, your mind is already flooded with messages, missed notifications, videos queued up by algorithms that know you better than you know yourself. By the time you're brushing your teeth, you've already consumed more information than someone in the 18th century might have seen in a week. And yet, by midday, you sit down to focus, maybe on your work, maybe on a goal you've been meaning to chase, and your mind just slips. You stare at the screen. You pick up your phone, you fidget, you scroll, and a familiar voice inside starts whispering, "Why can't I focus? What's wrong with me?" But the truth is, there's nothing wrong with you. Your brain isn't broken. It's not lazy. It's not weak. It's just completely overwhelmed. You see, our brains evolved over hundreds of thousands of years in a world that was slow, quiet, and full of physical cues. Our ancestors focused when they needed to hunt, when they needed to survive. Their distractions were birds rustling, winds shifting, maybe a distant howl. That was it. But today, our world is the equivalent of being chased by tigers made of pixels, 24/7. Your brain never gets a break because every app, every ad, every social feed is designed to demand your attention, not deserve it. So if you find it hard to concentrate, it's not a failure of character. It's biology colliding with technology. And the first real step to fixing your focus is forgiving yourself for not being superhuman in a world that's designed to hijack your attention at every turn. We think of focus as some natural state we've lost, but really, we've trained ourselves, accidentally, to be distracted. Every time we multitask, every time we switch between tabs or grab our phone mid-task, we're reinforcing neural patterns that reward distraction. Your brain is just following its training. If you feed it 5-second videos, it starts believing 5 seconds is all it should ever give. Attention, like a muscle, adapts to the demand you place on it. And here's the kicker. Most of us try to fight this with sheer willpower. We think we just need to try harder or push through the mental fog. But willpower, it's a battery. And by the time you've resisted 20 temptations before breakfast, that battery's already drained. You're trying to run a marathon on fumes. The myth of motivation, the idea that we just need to feel inspired enough to stay focused, is one of the biggest lies we've been sold. You can't wait to feel ready. You can't wait for the perfect mood. And no, drinking more coffee won't save you either. The truth is, the people who seem most productive, the ones writing books or building companies or staying consistent with their goals, they're not powered by motivation. They're powered by systems. They build their environment to work for them, not against them. That's the secret. They remove distractions instead of trying to resist them. They set clear, small goals instead of relying on vague ideas like be more productive. They use timers. They work in blocks. They shut the door. They log out. They protect their focus like it's gold, because in today's world it is. So, ask yourself, is your life set up to help you focus or to pull you away? Are you expecting your brain to sit calmly in the middle of chaos and do deep work with notifications buzzing, tabs open, music blaring, and dopamine on speed dial? That's like trying to meditate at a rock concert and blaming yourself for not finding inner peace. Here's the truth. You don't rise to the level of your motivation. You fall to the level of your systems, and that means you have a choice. You can keep playing defense, trying to push back distractions while blaming yourself for losing. Or you can play offense. You can design your day with intention. You can use tools that make focus easier, not harder. You can give your brain the environment it needs to do what it was actually built to do. Pay attention to one meaningful thing at a time. And the best part? Once you understand that it's not your fault, it's your setup, you stop feeling ashamed. You stop calling yourself lazy. And that's when the real change starts. Because guilt doesn't fuel focus. Clarity does. You're not broken. You're just distracted in a world built to distract you. But you have the power to reclaim your mind. And you don't need to wait. You can start right now. There's a reason it feels so hard to sit still and just do one thing, even when you know what you should be doing. Finishing that assignment, writing that report, working on that dream, you can't seem to stay with it. Your mind keeps drifting. Your fingers keep reaching for your phone, your eyes flicker to the next tab, to something, anything, easier, faster, more immediately rewarding. It's not just you. This isn't random. This is chemistry. This is your brain's dopamine system doing exactly what it was trained to do. Dopamine is the molecule of anticipation. It's not about pleasure, it's about the chase. Every time you scroll and something new pops up, every time your phone buzzes with a notification, your brain gets a little hit of dopamine. And the scary part? We're not talking about drugs. We're talking about everyday behaviors. Harmless, on the surface, but repeated so often that they wire your brain into craving constant stimulation. It's not that you can't focus, it's that your brain has been trained not to. We live in a world that rewards quick hits over deep thought. Think about it. 10-second videos, infinite scroll, autoplay everything. The moment you feel the slightest discomfort, boredom, confusion, effort, there's an escape route right in your pocket. And every time you take it, your brain learns. Avoid hard things. Chase easy rewards. This creates what scientists call a dopamine loop. You anticipate a reward. You get a hit, you want more. But over time, those hits get weaker, so you need more frequent or more intense stimulation to feel anything. The result? Normal life feels dull. Focused work feels unbearable. Silence feels like punishment. Your mind becomes addicted not to content but to novelty, and we wonder why it's hard to sit with a blank page, or read a full chapter, or have a conversation without checking our phones. The tools that promise to make us more connected are quietly rewiring our attention, and we don't even notice it happening. Until one day we realize we can't make it through a meal, a meeting, or a moment without distraction. But here's the good news. Just as we've trained our minds into these loops, we can train our way out. And it starts with a reset. You don't need to give up technology entirely, but you do need to lower the baseline. Try it for even a day. No social media, no short-form content, just silence, stillness, and boredom. You'll hate it. Your mind will scream for relief. But that's the point. That discomfort? That's the withdrawal. That's your brain detoxing from the noise. And if you can push through it even for a few hours, something strange happens. You start to notice things again. You start to feel again. Your brain starts to settle. From there you can rebuild. Choose your input wisely. Read long-form content. Watch things that require patience. Spend time in nature with no headphones. Let your mind be quiet enough that it has to create stimulation rather than just consume it. This is where focus starts, not by forcing discipline, but by removing the chaos and letting your mind return to its natural rhythm. Because here's the truth most people never hear. Focus is not a personality trait. It's not something you either have or don't. Focus is a skill. And just like any skill, playing guitar, learning a language, lifting weights, it can be trained. But training takes practice. You can't expect to go from 5-second clips to 2-hour deep work sessions overnight. You start small. 15 minutes of uninterrupted focus, then 20, then 30. Use a timer if you have to. Set the space. Remove distractions. Make it feel like a ritual, not a punishment. And when you fail, and you will, don't quit, just start again. Every time you choose to stay with the task, even for a few seconds longer than before, you're reinforcing a new neural pathway, a stronger one. You begin to rewire your brain, not for speed, not for stimulation, but for depth, for presence, for peace. And it's in that space, when the noise quiets and your mind is finally yours again, that real creativity, real clarity, and real breakthroughs happen. You'll find yourself doing more in less time, not because you're forcing it, but because you've trained for it. You've built the muscle that everyone else is neglecting. So the next time you catch yourself reaching for your phone or switching tabs without even thinking, pause. Ask yourself, is this what I want to be training my brain to do? Because every Moment is practice. Every action is reinforcement. And your focus, like your future, is being shaped right now, whether you're aware of it or not. It's not easy, but it's possible. And the results will speak louder than anything else.